the Fantasy Six-Pack Hour. With your hosts, Joe Bob and AJ Applegarth.
Touchdown!
All right. Welcome to the Fantasy Six-Pack Hour. My name is Joe Bond, founder of FantasySixPack.net. With me, as usual, Mr. AJ Applegarth. What's up, man?
What's up? I'm festive.
Festive? Yeah, I mean, I try. That's all I got. I don't know. I don't have ugly sweaters, so I get your VT hat, and it's cool. But yes, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you guys do, guys and gals do. Hope you're enjoying the holidays for yourselves. But we got a big show tonight, so we are going to try to rapid fire here through the beginning. And but down to business real quick. Just again, hit those subscribe buttons, those like buttons, leave those ratings, leave those reviews, comment, leave us comments, guys and girls. We love to hear from you, and we reply. So there it is. And then fantasy playoff time is here, so we've got our membership still available. FantasySixPack.net/plans. You can jump in, join our Discord, get access to our award-winning rankings, where we got like at least two of us in the top 20 on the Fantasy Pros ECR. I believe Dennis is just outside the top 20, but we're right there again, doing very, very well out of like 215 different rankers at this point. It's blown up on Fantasy Pros. So being top 20 now is pretty legit. Still, it's still top 10%. So so you get all that, and then look, if you've lost your entry fee, you're out of it, we've got tons of betting and DFS content out there that you can get access to with those plans, and direct access to all of those guys that write that content on Discord. So, win back your entry fee and then some. Trust me, they are good. Very, very good. They win me money. I don't do that stuff as much as, everybody thinks. They help me. So, jump in and join the party with that. So, before we jump into things, though, let's do our beer of the week.
Beer.
What you got, man?
All right. Well, my third concoction of the night is one that you left for me, the Ali Be Thy Name.
Ah, nice.
Double India Pale Ale. That's IPA
Solid.
for those of you who do not drink beer or know what that is. Jackson Ocho, Pacifica, Idaho 7, 2-row malt, oats, and wheat. Yeah,
What's
I
wheat?
like this one. It's good.
Yeah, it was a solid one, man. I like that one. The Commonwealth has really good,
Yes,
good
Commonwealth.
IPAs.
Sorry.
I like their stuff. So,
I
and this
don't
is the
really
one
see
that
them.
you gave me.
Yes,
this
I'm
is
interested
the
to know.
Mistletoe, the triple, 10.5%er. I don't know. I could read it, but season's greetings from a hop rocket of holiday happiness exploding with juiciness. This hazy IPA combines citrus notes with a soft piney finish. It's like a tropical vacation in the middle of winter. Sure. Cheers. I like it. I'll give. Ooh, actually, that's really good.
Really?
That's
Okay.
That's at least a 4 1/4, at least. I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't have my phone down here. I don't know where the hell it went.
All right. Dude, I'm going to just chalk the one up that I had last week to the fact that we dropped it and fumbled it like Dak Prescott. So,
Jacoby
I don't
Myers
know.
it.
What's that?
Oh, did we Jacoby Myers it?
You lateraled it?
Damn. Was that too soon?
Actually, I didn't play him last week in
Holy
multiple
crap.
leagues because of the injury status.
Oh my god.
Oh, mine was because of his lack of common sense.
I mean, dude, that was
Yeah.
that was by
that's
far
there too.
the most bizarre play I've ever seen. happen in football. And I mean, there's been some crazy stuff. Obviously, I've never
Miami
seen somebody
Miracle-
literally turn and go, "Hey, my quarterback's there. There's this big fat lineman in front of him. Let me try to throw it over the top of him 40 yards like, backwards. Like, score is tied. Just go to overtime. What the hell is going on?"
Kneel it, bro.
That was nuts, man.
The
All
Miami
right, so
Miracle
tonight,
was up there. But that
Yeah.
tops it.
So tonight we're gonna run through my rankings really quick. We're gonna start off here with some talk about Jonathan Taylor and Jalen Hurts and some other injuries that you guys need to have contingency plans for, and so where to go with that. But then we're gonna finish here with a 2023 early mock draft. So Merry Christmas to that, right? So we're gonna try to rip through as many rounds as possible before it just gets too out of control, and then we'll just stop. But we'll have some fun and see where our heads are at, entering as we end the 2022 football season and start thinking about 2023 already. So with that in mind, though, let's start here with those injuries that we talked about. So obviously, we've lost Jonathan Taylor. We know that for a fact. He's done for the year at this point. And Jalen Hurts is on the wrong side of questionable. They're saying there's still a chance, but he sprained his shoulder. They're 10-1 or whatever the hell it is, whatever week we're in.
What?
13-1?
10-1?
Yeah. Anyway,
13
they're very good. So playoffs are locked up at this point. So they're probably
By the
gonna,
way, Joe just
in my opinion,
hates
they're probably
saying
gonna
that.
hold him off. But those are two. I know Jonathan Taylor has struggled and really angered some people this season, but he's still been. Yeah, me too, dude. But he has still been.
What better way to honor him than do a way too early mock draft for the next Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah. Hey, JT, you suck. You're going out at 8.
Yeah, who knows? All right,
Maybe.
but anyway,
Maybe. I don't
So
know. Stay tuned to find out.
let's. Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with talking about how to replace Jalen Hurts or Jonathan Taylor?
I mean, let's start with Taylor because
All right.
I feel like that's the. I mean, I can't even call it the bigger hit. It's the
Well, it's the more obvious.
it's
We
a
know he's
more
out, so you've
difficult
gotta figure it out.
replacement because you have to start 2 running backs in pretty much every league.
Yep.
And leagues with flex, if you drafted deep on running back, you usually use a running back in your flex. Leagues like that mostly are 1 quarterback leagues, so it's fine. But yeah, the JT thing definitely sucks because this is the guy you put all your eggs into this basket in round 1, typically as the first or second, maybe third overall pick if you had, some bozos in your league. And now he's gone. I mean, and this is the second time this year that he's been out. He missed some time earlier. Deion Jackson filled in pretty admirably.
Admirably?
That's what I said. Admirably.
I left off the D there, but anyway.
I got a D for you right here.
So,
but now it's the Zach Moss show. Before the whole trade deadline, you were thinking, oh, this opens things up for Nyheim Hines.
no.
It didn't really go that way. It went to Deion Jackson. And, and like I said, he played well. Nyheim got a little bit of an uptick, but then they traded him for Zach Moss. And Zach Moss has been a complete afterthought on this team, almost borderline as much as Matt Ryan has been until last week when JT went down. So JT goes down. He gets the majority of the carries from there on out. It was sort of even, but I think he had like eight to 10 more carries, I think,
Zach
by the end
Moss
of the
got 24 and Deion Jackson got 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew
it was
the split was
pretty crazy.
about 10. So
Yeah.
or at 10.
So I
but
mean, so
he
you're
got
saying
all
the
the
obvious
goal line
the
work.
obvious replacements are those two.
The obvious-
Which one do you favor?
Oh, I favor Moss.
Yeah,
based,
I do too.
Based on what we have actually seen of him in Buffalo before Devin Singletary apparently became.
I mean,
Good.
I don't like him, but I think that's like the
I
one-to-one
don't-
replacement. Not the
Yeah.
one-to-one as far as like fantasy value, because I think we can all agree Jonathan Taylor's a way better player. And I know everybody wants to shit on Jonathan Taylor, right? But he was going off on a stretch here where he was
having
running back 1, running back
nice-
12, running back 9, running back 18, and then bye week, and then he gets hurt on the first time he touches the ball, so he was terrible last week. But he was starting to show life finally.
He was coming back,
and it was like,
and
okay,
that's
cool,
what he
like,
did
Jonathan
last
Taylor,
year.
Yay.
Like that was his gig. Last year he was kind of hit and miss, and or kind of shrapnel and miss. And then the end of the year, he really turned it on, and that's what built him up to this spot of.
Well, no, 2021,
number
dude,
one.
he was phenomenal. He started off kind of
sorry,
the
yes,
first
2 years
3
ago.
games,
2 years
he was
ago is
whatever,
what I'm
and then
thinking
his
about.
rookie year was like he started
Yeah,
off really
he
bad.
didn't
He
do
just wasn't
much.
getting enough. He just wasn't getting the work, and even when he was, it was kind of bleh. And then like the last 5 weeks of the year, you were like, oh damn, all right,
Yeah,
this
it's
guy's
like,
good.
okay.
So yes, I agree with you. I think Zach Moss is the one that you really want there. Although I think Deion Jackson still has a role and a sizable role.
I do too.
Especially now that they're going to be switching from Matt Ryan to Nick
Video.
Foles. Although Nick Foles might actually be an upgrade. I don't know. That's a rough one. But,
I'm sorry.
Okay,
might
so
be an upgrade.
so let's say
How many Super Bowls does he have?
Oh my God! Shut up.
How many does Matt Ryan have?
So let's
an
say
appearance. That's right.
they're-
He blew.
you missed on those two. You fell asleep on waivers or whatever. I'm looking at roster percentages in half PPR on Fantasy Pros here, and they do their consensus roster percentages here.
It's
What
brutal,
I mean,
dude.
I'm looking at Khalil Herbert's kind of sneaky. He's coming off the IR. He was good before he landed on IR. Like he's somebody who you could also potentially look at. I'm looking at. I'm trying to look at some. I'm trying to find players who are rostered in like at least 50% of or less of leagues, and there's not a lot that you really care about. Like Gus Edwards, maybe not.
Not really. You're gonna
what about
be
Tyler Algier?
I was just gonna say,
only in rostered in 35% of leagues. That seems
lot of
crazy. And
people-
Huntley's out now.
A lot of people
Achilles
dropped
tear.
him. Yep. Yeah, Huntley.
Wow.
That's new news that Huntley is on the IR now. And okay, like
So there's a
Algier-
couple options
Algier's
there. Those
an
are guys that I
option.
think are solid.
Another one is Chase Edmonds is supposedly coming off the IR.
That's rough though, man. Because I'll tell you,
it is rough because Denver
Latavius
sucks.
Murray and Marlon Mack have been good, like really good.
Yeah, but I feel like if there's ever a time for Chase Edmonds to have a place in the NFL, it is the fantasy playoffs where nobody knows anything about him and he just becomes a waiver wire darling.
Why?
I don't know, because that's just the magic
why-
that Chase
why do
Edmonds
you
brings to the table.
It's
That's
the same
just what
why.
it is.
It's the same why the Broncos are making Marlon Mack relevant again.
Exactly. If they could do it with Marlon
And
Mack,
Latavius Murray, you
he
mean?
damn sure
Yep.
can do it with Chase Edmonds.
But yeah,
Of
so I
those
think
three names,
those are the
How many
guys.
times have you drafted each one of them and been disappointed? The answer is every. How many
I've
times have you
never
picked them up
drafted
on
any of
waivers?
them, by the way.
Lies. Sorry, going
It's
back
not like
for
my wife,
earlier.
You don't believe me? I'm gonna get
No,
one of
I
these.
do.
I just can't do that. To her. It's not what she was looking at.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I do like Algier. Zonovan Knight's now questionable.
yeah,
so
he's practicing again, but I mean, but he,
is
he's
James
rostered.
Robinson all of a sudden going to be somebody that needs to be picked
No.
up?
Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot out there. For
No,
running
there's not.
back.
I mean, hopefully hopefully you've stashed some depth. I mean, Marlon Mack is out there. I mean, if you really want to get crazy, I mean, RB14 and RB15 the last 2 weeks. Come on. It's crazy, man. It could get nuts there. So let's switch over to Jalen Hurts quickly here. And so obviously Jalen Hurts isn't ruled out, but anybody that's in the playoffs that has Jalen Hurts, and there's a lot of teams who drafted Jalen Hurts that are probably in the playoffs. I'm one of them. Yeah. So I'm going, what the hell do I do now? Because clearly at this point of the season, I'm going like, I'm good at quarterback. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. So I got nobody.
Literally dropped Daniel Jones last week. I was like, I don't need another quarterback for the playoffs. I'm going to buy him.
Yeah,
good.
that hurts.
What?
So quarterbacks who are available in leagues, and I'm just going to rattle off some names, and you tell me who you like more than the others. So we're ripping off here. We got some Russ Wilson, Brock Purdy, Tyler Huntley. We got some. Oh, these are interesting roster percentages because we got like Mike White and Jimmy Garoppolo is still pretty high compared to some other guys here. Yeah, it's not pretty. So those are the ones rostered under 50% that I think are worth a damn. Obviously you've got your Nick Foles, and you could probably go get Minshew if you just want to do the 1-to-1, replacement there. Maybe if we can go up, because, quarterbacks, 60% for quarterbacks maybe doesn't mean they're rostered in every league. So you might be able to snag a Deshaun Watson or Derek Carr or even a Jared Goff in certain leagues, McSorleys and stuff like that, Desmond Ritters, those types of guys. Like, who are you looking at? Replacing him.
In my mind, it's a race between Purdy, Minshew Magic, and
those are my two.
I mean, really, that's it.
Those are my two.
If
somehow Goff is there,
if Goff is there,
clearly get
you're
him. I know he's
taking
on the
him above
road.
both of those guys.
With Carolina, you try it. Like you've got to. You've got to go
if
for
Daniel
that side.
Jones is there, maybe he comes into the conversation. But
I mean, Daniel Jones is only rostered in 58% of leagues, and he does.
But
get a pretty nice.
He's been
matchup
kind of
this week.
bad the past couple of weeks.
Does get Minnesota though.
Hashtag suck at Keith. Like,
does get Minnesota. It's at Minnesota though, and so at Minnesota in the wintertime is bad news.
Well, it's a dome now. It's an indoor stadium now,
Mike. Awesome.
It's an indoor stadium now.
It's not an indoor stadium. They moved it from an indoor stadium to an outdoor stadium in Minnesota.
No, Minnesota's indoor.
Is it indoor
Minnesota's indoor, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's why in
why do you think the Thanksgiving game was such a beautiful game?
Why did
and last week
weren't they playing outdoor for a little while?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, they were because there was a collapse.
They played at University of Minnesota's
stupid
stadium.
Reason when they rebuilt the stadium,
there was a collapse in the stadium.
No,
They had to redo something, but that was a while ago.
Metrodome, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, when the stadium
the roof collapsed. Caved in because of snow, most likely.
It was like the balloon or whatever they call it.
A dome. It's called a dome stadium.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was like
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it though.
It got all jacked, and then it was literally like leaking into the stadium.
It's called like the Astrodome or whatever.
No, Astrodome is Houston's,
but they did the same thing. It was like the
Metrodome.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the same
Same technology.
general globe golf ball Epcot looking thing.
It looked like kind of like it was being held up by like air, and eventually
Yes.
just like collapsed. Yes. Anyway.
Yes, it was a cooling pillow.
So I guess I completely didn't realize that they.
Well, you
I
weren't
don't know
completely
why I thought that they
wrong,
opened
because
up
they
their
did
stadium.
play outside at University of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I would have to go with those two, and it sucks because everything I've been hearing this week from as the week's gone on is looking more and more favorable for Hurts to play. Like if he's healthy, we're going to put him out
Here's the
there.
crazy thing, and
So Brock Purdy is also questionable now.
Right. So
I don't know, dude. I don't know what to do with the situation.
Here's one more question I have before we jump into my rankings. So Jalen Hurts plays on Monday. We've got 9 of our 12 games, or whatever the hell it is, right? I'm just guessing at this point. On Saturday, we got 3 games on Sunday and 1 game on Monday and 1 game tomorrow on Thursday.
Eagles play Saturday. Nick Foles.
Status was uncertain on. Oh, sorry. I read the little blurb wrong. Sorry. Either way,
Big Dick Nick is now starting for the Colts and will be playing Monday. So he's the other.
The Eagles. Do the Eagles play Saturday?
Yes.
All right.
All
right. So all right. Let me take that back then. So you'll know the status on Jalen Hurts on Saturday morning, so you can make your decision, right?
He's the afternoon game, not the noon game.
He's 4:25.
Oh well, hopefully it's not a game time decision.
Yeah, he's 4:25 game.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's leaning towards Minshew, but
it is.
I've been.
Do you just pick up Minshew and then like hopefully make the swap? Like you take it. That's what I would personally do if I was a Jalen Hurts owner. Because
you'd rather play an injured Jalen Hurts probably over all those other options.
Absolutely, dude. If he's gonna play, you play him. You play
him.
If
you can't, Minshew's the only option at that point.
Yeah, because like, is Purdy really gonna be that much better than Minshew? I don't think so. But like, so what I was gonna get my point at with Hurts, but as I read the little blurb wrong on him. So another player who plays later, right? Nick Chubb. They play, I believe, Sunday.
Yep.
Now he's banged up, limited in practice, remains sidelined, not practicing right now, right? Man, that's a huge loss, and I know he hasn't been awesome lately, but that's still.
I hate to bring it to you, and I'm sorry to do this, but they play Saturday.
No, they do not.
Cleveland does? Oh, fuck.
Yes, they do. Sunday's games are the Packers, Dolphins, Broncos, Rams, Buccaneers, Cardinals. Monday night is the Chargers, Colts.
We did go through this.
Browns play the Saints at noon.
Dude, I was listening to somebody. Yeah, this is why I thought that he played. I was listening to Sirius XM, and they were talking about it. That's why
unless they flexed it, because I'm looking at the actual schedule.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't think there is any flex games this week.
No, not for Sunday. So I don't know. Are there any injured players? I guess we don't really have to worry about it then. Never mind. That was like my whole little go-to there. I don't know why the hell.
Swallow that back up and move on to the rankings.
Yeah, screw that noise. All right, moving on. That was dumb.
Yep.
Ill prepared. My bad, guys.
Hopefully your answers on these rankings questions are better.
Yeah,
they probably won't be. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll start it off here with the QBs. We've got Mr. T Law finishing as the QB number 1 in week 14, QB 5 last week. You've got him all the way down at QB 10, behind Dak Prescott, who plays obviously the Birds. I mean, isn't there a case to be made for Lawrence over Prescott this week? And also, follow up, in the rest of the season rankings.
Since Dak Prescott has come back from the injury, he leads the league in interceptions.
Yeah. So I'm aware. Clearly, my Razzball team is would be winning right now. Would be number one had I been picking the right quarterback the last 4 or 5 weeks. But I keep.
And this is a guy who's telling you to follow his rankings.
I have literally had Dak and Trevor Lawrence back to back in my quarterback rankings for the last 5 weeks, and I just picked the wrong one by like one spot every freaking week. And it has crushed my Razzball team. I would have like an extra like 60 points total, and I'd be in first place. Mm-hmm. But I'm not, and I'm in 13th. So okay. Anyway, that being said, this is another tough matchup. It's in New York, and I believe it's in New York, right?
Which the Jets game tomorrow? Yes, I believe.
Yeah. So I believe
yes.
The weather in New York is supposed to be really bad.
Balmy.
The weather in
to confirm, they play outdoors in New York.
Thank you.
That is called Metro Sprint Stadium.
So,
not at all.
They play Thursday night, so they play tomorrow night. So the weather tomorrow in New York, or really Jersey, if you want to get
North Jersey
fancy with it, it's gonna be steady rain, fine, winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour. Just kind of a sloppy game, man. Like I'm not feeling it with this matchup. I've got Christian Kirk ranked a little lower. I've got ETN ranked a little lower as well. ETN actually gets a little bit of a boost than where I probably would have ranked him, just because you're thinking they're gonna just this is gonna be a ground and pound game. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of passing in this game. And the Jets defense is really good, guys. So, don't.
That's true. That's true.
I just that's why I favor Dak this week. Again, I'm probably gonna be wrong because it's just how it's happened with these two.
Dak's gonna get his ass handed to him,
dude. Philly's been beat up the last couple of weeks, man. Like, not injury wise, but like, I mean, they've been exposed. They've let up a lot of points the last couple of weeks. Both teams have just been like almost embarrassed by the Texans, and Dallas more so than Philly. But man, like when you let up 40 points, and what Philly was like 30-ish, like
to Dougie P. You think he doesn't know how to play against the freaking NFC East?
I'm talking about the Texans game.
Oh yeah.
On a funny note, though.
40 points was last week against Jacksonville. Dallas lost because of an interception. That's your boy, better than T-Law, Dak, threw in OT.
It wasn't his fault. It was off the receiver's hand.
Didn't Philly like almost lose to Houston?
No,
they were down early.
Oh, that was the Chiefs. Yeah, that was the Chiefs.
Yeah. Chiefs last week.
Either way, man. Philly's been letting
just surprising people.
Philly's been letting up some points too, man. Like they let up 20 against the Bears.
That game last week was ugly.
I mean, even 22 against the Giants isn't good.
20 against the Giants? I mean, it was good enough for a tie for Washington the first time.
On a funny note, going back to
shots fired.
The beginning.
Shots fired against who? I don't root for them anymore.
Going back to the beginning of your explanation with the weather being at play,
Matrix.
It reminded me of a tweet Ian Hartitz put out yesterday, and he goes, "Serious fantasy football analysts are working towards a bachelor's degree in meteorology in their spare time." And that's what you reminded me right there, because you're giving me an in-depth
there is going to be
report.
a lot of weather-related issues this week. I'm telling you, there's a huge.
Is it weather related, or is it because maybe they've been wrong, and meteorologists are notorious for being dumbasses who get paid to sit there and say one thing while the other completely happens.
The hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
No. Just stop.
On
For the
to-
record, I love SiriusXM.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know either, man. What are you talking about?
For the record, I love you guys. How about that?
I love you, man.
Jesus. All right.
Love you, man.
Dude, where's my car? All right. Moving on.
The game we don't want is Buffalo and Bears, by the way. 30 to 35 mile per hour gusts of wind during that game.
Justin Fields don't throw the ball.
Joseph Fields is fine. Josh
Yeah,
Allen might be
he's-
fine because he can run too. The rest of that game, nope. I'm done.
Nobody's name will be mentioned. It will be the Fields
But
versus
I mean, I'm
Allen
looking at
show.
like 3 or 4 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Are you trying to
At
count the
least
games on
5 different
Saturday?
games where
There's a lot.
wind will be 10 to 15 miles per hour at least during the game, and some more than that.
At least 10
This
to
is
15
going to
miles
be
per
a
hour
bad
at
week
least.
for weather because wind's the one thing that does ruin a passing offense. Rain and snow, not as much unless it's just like completely crazy. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Geno Smith, QB1, 1 spot below ECR. That doesn't really make sense
10?
because
You're supposed to say 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's supposed to say 10. That's my bad.
Try again.
this is how math works. 1 spot below ECR is 0. That's the number you forgot in 10. Geno Smith, QB 10, 1 spot below ECR against the Chiefs, who obviously let Davis Mills finish QB 11 last week and give up the fourth most points to QBs on the year. What gives? And you still haven't fixed your goddamn focus.
What gives is
Me?
Davis Mills is much better than Geno Smith. All right,
You
you
talking
don't
to me?
expect Geno. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
what-
Wait, what?
No, my bad. I didn't hear. Nah, still not better. Fuck it.
I wait. No, let's just ditch this question. What the hell are you saying? Davis Mills is better than Geno Smith?
Well, no, yeah, essentially,
I think
you know,
it was a joke.
it was a little bit
I
of a,
don't.
joking
I
about the
think.
rankings because you said we got Davis Mills who finishes QB 11 last week, and you got Geno Smith who's ranked QB 10, and he's a much better quarterback than Davis Mills, in my opinion. All right.
It's not what you just
Well,
said.
No, I mean, I was cut off in the middle of my sentence, so I was going to
Nope.
let you guys talk.
Nope. No, that's not what you were just saying.
Dude, we're getting off track. We got to move forward, guys. Come on. Seriously. So anyway, before this question got rewritten, obviously, I did move Geno up to 9. But regardless, he's still, a little lower. So that actually puts it at ECR. But I could go with the argument that, he can go higher. Like I could put him in front of Dak, who plays Philly, Cousins, who plays the Giants, Fields, who plays Buffalo in some pretty nasty weather. Sure. I think it's.
I don't know if I'm putting him ahead of Fields.
Well,
I don't care about the weather, dude. Fields is ridiculous.
I mean, look, you
The weather
guys,
sucked last week. In
dude.
Fields.
You guys tried to crap on me about my rankings of Field. I think it's 6 or 7 last week. Guess what
Probably,
quarterback
yeah.
he finished last week?
Not
7.
So there we go. So
Yeah,
Fields has
so
a
way
very
to
limited
go
upside.
with overshooting the projection.
He also did have a extremely athletic play that was a touchdown got called back because he stepped out of bounds barely.
That's
Otherwise,
true.
he probably would have finished higher.
Yeah, he
would've.
would have finished much higher because it was a running play. I know what you're talking about.
right.
So he would have had
So,
an extra 5 yards and a touchdown.
Geno
Anyway,
could move ahead.
Geno,
Bleh.
my problem with Geno is that he's been pretty inconsistent all year as far as being able to finish in the upper half of the QB1s. He's been on that teeter-totter of back end QB1s almost all year. So that just feels like where he's going to finish no matter what, unless he just goes off and has these like shootout games. Kansas City could be one. But it's also in Kansas City. Kansas City's a pretty tough place to play.
Yeah. All right.
I need your meteorology report about the Kansas City game quick. I'm just kidding.
The weather will be salty.
10 mile per hour winds.
The
It's gonna be cold, single
RB1
digits.
on the year so far, Josh Jacobs, is ranked at RB5, one spot below consensus, so not too bad. What do you know here that we apparently don't, Joe?
Wouldn't you like to know?
No.
Moving on.
Wait, yes, that's why I asked the question.
You said no.
Okay, next question. You're finally on the Jerick McKinnon hype train. What do you...
Oh my gosh. So I don't know, man. So Jacobs has been awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie. So we all know that. Pittsburgh's not good against or actually no, Pittsburgh is pretty good against the run. Is what I meant to say. Sorry, bleh. Man, this show is just bad today. I'm sorry, everybody listening. But no,
this is what happens when we go to Wednesdays and I wear cool sweaters. So
yeah,
don't blame me. Don't blame me. I look good.
Just read your comment in the private chat thing about my camera. But yeah, so Pittsburgh's pretty good against the run. Like they're, according to DVOA, they are 8th best against the run. So the way to beat them is obviously with the pass. So that favors Carr and Devontae Adams. Jacobs is going to get his, which is why he still stays up there, because this is, like, as we've mentioned many times, this is a 3-man offense. Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, and Devontae Adams, right?
And
now
Matt
it helps with Waller coming back, and even Renfro, is, I guess, him being back matters. But
I mean,
didn't matter last week. But
it is interesting that the two of them come back at the same time and both kind of do squat, but that's what they've dealt with.
You sure? You sure kinda is the right word? Because I'm pretty sure it's absolutely
Did.
Well,
Squat?
Waller did something.
Well,
Renfro did nothing.
Renfro was non-existent. Waller was decent. So I averaged it out and came up with kinda.
Sure. Kinda, sorta.
All right. Anyway,
Next.
that's enough. You're finally on the Jerick McKinnon hype train, putting him at your RB15 this week. But you have his bestie in the backfield, Pacheco. Said it right this time. You're welcome. Ranked at RB23. A whole 3 spots above consensus.
20 now, but
a whole
again,
6 spots above
when he
consensus.
wrote these, it wasn't updated. That's my.
What are you doing with this backfield moving forward due to the emergence of McKinnon?
So, I'm just going to say this outright. We're all finally in, like, the entire industry, anybody playing is finally buying into McKinnon. This is when McKinnon's going to go, I'm done playing. Because that's what he does, right?
I'm going to retire next week.
I will say last
fingernail
week,
injury.
I believe I slid him all the way up to like RB 27, 26 or something like that, like right before the game started. So I did,
okay.
Finally was like, all right. I mean, I think I had him at like 35 or 36, like on the show last week.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So I did slide him up.
But...
Apparently not enough. At the same time though, like it's still hard to completely trust it. Now he's getting a lot more work, right? We love the passing work, right? 8 targets, 8 receptions, 9 targets, 7 receptions in the last 2 weeks. That is phenomenal. That's gonna keep his work. That's gonna keep his value way up. The rushing is sort of right? Now again, like 2 weeks ago, one of those receptions was that like little like underhand flip pass or whatever the hell you want to call it.
The Mahomes special.
From Mahomes thing, yeah, the Mahomes special that he ran for like 50-something yards for a touchdown. So of course that that's not reliable. And then another one of these was in overtime against Houston. You can't predict that. You can't predict overtime for one. You can't predict overtime, especially against Houston. So you don't expect him to be as involved against teams like that, especially when they start going up and he's the passing down back. But the game script didn't go the way we expected, so he was still involved. This week, the same thing. You don't expect the game script to go so that McKinnon is there, but apparently they just are going to use him regardless. So we got to start believing. And I keep looking at it and going like, man, McKinnon at 15 feels really high, but it is what it is. Like he might actually move down before Sunday starts. You know, I could easily put him at like 19, right above Pacheco, and just have these two back to back, and just that's kind of what they are. Because Pacheco still saw a very good workload of 15 carries, ran for 86 yards, just didn't score a touchdown. We give a touchdown to Pacheco, and we're really, really good. Joe, I'm rooting for you in the semifinals of Fantasy Football League. That way, I can whoop that ass for the title.
Yes. Get you some, Dave. I'm rooting for that same thing to happen.
That's a different league.
I know.
Okay.
Jackass. I know Dave's not in
Dave,
our
you got to
F6P
get there first,
league.
too, by the way.
Not if I have anything to say about it. He's going to play me this week.
LaPlante's sitting there trying to take it away.
Coming at you with my Barkley shares this week.
Dave, I got you. I know.
I got to take Tyler Mulligan out, man. Tyler
Mulligan?
That's his name.
What?
His team is good. He would have scored like 177 points last week. His team is nasty, like really good. Anyway, my team's just riding Eckler and Josh Jacobs, so I need both of them to go off this week. So I'm hoping I'm not right about Josh Jacobs in this Pittsburgh ranking because I need him to do better than that.
Little reverse psychology on yourself. That's some
fine with me.
Sheer fuckery.
Get money. I'm good. LaPlante equals a second buy for me. Wow.
Damn.
I hope Josh Allen drops another 30 piece.
That mic just dropped and bloody.
He's got Patty Mahomes, so
it should be a fun. It should be a fun week though.
That's gonna be interesting. He's also got. I think he also has Kelsey, right?
Yes,
right,
yes,
Dave?
He does.
Perhaps.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Wide receiver, Marquise Brown. You have it wide receiver 31 this week with Trace McSorley. God, why? Starting at quarterback. 4 spots above ECR. He finished as 43 last week with a mix of McCoy and McSorley and some other drunk Irishman that decided to get on the field and throw the ball around. Why so much confidence this week in the drunk Irish?
He actually finished
to the Hollywood.
Where the hell do you get?
I'm reading the question that was written on the sheet for me.
From? He finished.
I found 43.
He finished wide receiver 64 last week.
Fine, great, 64.
It's even worse.
Still a lot of drunks throwing him the ball.
I might have been looking at the wrong Brown, but yes.
Anyway, no, I agree with you, man. Like all the Arizona,
for every time I thought that.
All the Arizona receivers need to get knocked down quite a bit. Trace McSorley is not good, and yeah,
Trace McSorley was the pride of Baltimore for a week or two.
You would like to think that Arizona might have to be, playing catch up against Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay hasn't been able to put anybody away.
Tampa Bay sucks.
That rhymed. Thank you.
You know what has been put away in Tampa Bay? Tom Brady hung up wet, left there to dry by Giselle.
Yeah, so it's not a good It's not a good week for these Arizona receivers. I mean, like I guess you sort of, just have to play Hop and just hope that McSorley's just gonna chuck in the ball and hope Hopkins does Hopkins things. But other than that, I'm off of it. So Brown will inevitably fall in my rankings before Saturday.
Good enough. DJ Moore, you've got it. WR19, 6 spots above the Ecker. After one good week from Moore, finishing at wide receiver 13, is this the signaling that he is back?
No. He just gets a good matchup. I mean, like, Detroit's playing better. Dave, you're listening. Detroit's playing better. But they're still not they're still not shutting down
they're
anybody.
stoking the flames here now.
So
talk about that second bye again.
Akuda holds DJ Martin. You heard it here first. Okay. You can still score. That's fine.
Looking like a DJ
what?
Moore finishing wide receiver 63 this week. Then
If he's under 50 yards and he scores, sweet. Thanks for the 11 points.
That could still be wide receiver like 20-ish and 9. I don't know, whatever. Anyway.
But you got him at wide receiver 19, bish.
So the problem is there's a lot of good receivers in that range who have tough matchups, right? So
there's a lot of good receivers.
Watson, shut up. Watson
DJ
against
Moore.
Miami, Kirk against the Jets, McLaurin against San Fran, Pittman, we don't know. Devonta Smith plays Dallas.
Pittman
that actually could be
point?
the one where that could blow up because the second receiver for Philly, or the second receiver against Dallas, has just destroyed this year. So that one might move up. Judy's gonna get the Rams. It's just there's a lot of good matchups there. So Moore is a good receiver. He had a good week last week. You hope that it continues. Again, like that range's probably gonna shift quite a bit before Saturday, but
Okay.
right now it's.
Hey guys, it's Wednesday, so I don't know if I'm
Wednesday
feeling.
rankings are rough. This is why we normally do our show on Thursday because they're a little more set, and we also have more injury news and things like that.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
All right.
Dave.
Tight ends. Mark Andrews is the Ecker TE2. You've got him ranked at TE5. Yeah, I mean, all right. It's been kind of slow fall from grace for him, finishing as the TE1 last year. Granted, there's injury, there's this, there's that, there's Lamar, whatever. Has all the magic worn off, considering, I mean, he's not even ranked next to Kelsey anymore? That's just like straight disrespect.
I really wanted to put Andrews lower.
Oh, that's even more straight disrespect.
His last two weeks.
Bitch, you should be in double digits.
His last 2 weeks are tight end 23 and 24. The weeks before that, 11.
Okay,
Both.
last 2 weeks he's had Huntley throwing to him. So
He's still gonna have Huntley throwing to him. Actually,
exactly.
last year, though, the thing was he got hyper targeted when Huntley came in
Right.
for Lamar, and he's not this year.
Okay,
kinda
so maybe
don't
he's not getting the rub downs that he was last
I
year.
don't think Mark Andrews is healthy. I
He's
think we're
probably
going to
not.
find out at the end of the year that he was playing through an injury. I know he came back from the injury, but I don't think he's 100% healthy.
Did he come back though? Did he come back?
So,
Baby, come back.
oh my God, no. So, I mean,
Ace.
yeah, I mean,
That's a
I
good
mean,
jam right
I
there.
guess the one thing
Oh,
going
sorry,
for
Ambrosia.
him is, he's playing Atlanta, so like that's why he, everybody wants to rank him higher. I'm
Atlanta, come back.
sort of hesitant on it, and I don't trust it as much. Andrews is still somebody that if you have him, you're clearly starting him because it's Mark Andrews and he's hyper targeted, 6-7 targets the last 2 weeks. you're not going to throw out a Noah Fant in front of Mark Andrews. Like, this is not going to happen. You're not going to throw Higbee or Tunyon or, even a Dulcich. You're not starting these guys in front of Mark Andrews because you know what Mark Andrews is capable of. But in my rankings, yeah, I'm going to throw him behind Hawkinson and Kittle and Schultz and guys like that.
But are you going to throw an Atlanta Rhythm section above Mark Andrews? Huh?
What? Move on. We got to get this mock started, dude.
Then start the damn mock. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm waiting on you.
All right. Mock draft time. I wish we'd had like a thing for that. Alrighty. Do we want this? Do we want nothing? Let's do nothing. Nah.
Draft.
I say we just kick us out of here. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
Nobody wants to see our faces. See our faces enough.
Well,
Alrighty. So how we're gonna do this is I had to take a team just to be able to like be in it, and I'm the commissioner of the
fancy
league.
that you took the first spot.
It doesn't matter. I just had to take a team. Shut up. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to rip through as many rounds as possible. We will not be letting the computer pick because if you let the computer pick right now, they will be using 2022 ADP values and it won't make any sense. So we're doing.
So we're
this
now
based-
gonna mock, pretending we're in a dumb league.
So we're just gonna pick for every team. So we all have to kind of agree, which is gonna take hours. But yeah, we're gonna try to figure this out.
Okay.
So first pick. This is probably one of the more interesting picks of the entire thing. So first pick in my mind right away goes to like a Justin Jefferson. Right? That's where my head goes right away, man. Like, this guy's been so incredible. I mean, Josh Jacobs is like the top dog when he comes to. So by the way, this is half PPR. We're doing one quarterback, two receivers, or two running backs, three receivers, and a flex and a tight end.
Okay.
I just think that Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs, with the consistency they've had this year, could be thrown in that argument. I still think Justin Jefferson is one, in my opinion. But the way Tyreek Hill has showed with the consistency factor and even Stephon Diggs, I mean, we're looking at, Stephon Diggs as being the wide receiver. He was the wide receiver one leading up until this week until Tyreek Hill took it over.
So, well, no, not in half PPR. Justin Jefferson's been the top wide receiver for quite some time.
Oh, wow.
Rule number one: know your league's draft settings.
So this is half PPR. So to me, the first pick is either Jefferson or CMC. Especially CMC on a San Francisco team that we know loves to just run the ball, right?
No Eckler, maybe, just because of his high PPR floor this year.
Still have.
Man, I still but
He's
it
still
doesn't
behind,
matter.
He's
He
still
is
behind
in,
McCaffrey
in half PPR. He is the third highest scorer when it comes
He's
to
10th
flex.
10th overall, including quarterbacks.
Yeah, so I removed quarterbacks just because nobody's drafting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I will make. This is the last thing I'll say about it. I'm going to agree with Justin Jefferson because we saw this year the injuries that can hit the running backs at every time. And we knew this. But now it hit even more this year. And the wide receivers, as inconsistent as they are, you don't come by the consistent ones very often. A Cooper Kupp, a Justin Jefferson. So I think the wide receiver has made a great case to be the number one overall pick moving forward.
AJ, what do you think,
board.
man? Like,
I mean, I'm on board with it. I like McCaffrey.
so we're going Jefferson first.
I
pick.
think we're going.
Like,
I think we're going Jefferson. Yeah.
that is something
I don't know. I think it's safe.
Something I would have never thought to happen. but I completely agree with it. Justin Jefferson, first overall pick in our half.
Oh wait, there's a better Jefferson van, because
Okay,
he
shut
lives
up.
in a van.
All right,
down
so
by the road.
second
Get
pick.
in the-
Are we like? Is
All
this
right,
like
CMC.
automatic now? CMC.
That's CMC. Yeah,
CMC.
that's
Yeah,
CMC.
right. So it's CMC. Third pick to me, I
don't see it being JT. I think it might be Henry or Cook.
Oh, you mean Eckler?
Or yeah, shit, Eckler.
I
Just because of the
actually do
safeties.
kind of go JT.
Really?
Oh,
I think
what?
the Colts are going to fix in the offseason. So we've got to kind of, crystal ball, right? What we think is going to happen, right? They're going to fix their quarterback situation. The offensive line is going to get healthy again. You got to remember
fair.
how many offensive linemen they got injured this year.
Yeah,
And
that's
we
true.
just said it.
I will give you that.
How good he has been, Jonathan Taylor has been the last few weeks before he got injured last week. So, yeah, I mean, I don't hate Eckler. I don't hate the Eckler pick. So we got to, best 2 out of 3 here. I'm Taylor. AJ?
I still think I'm going on a recency bias thing here. I'm going Eckler.
I think
over
JT
Taylor.
goes 4 though, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
All
Eckler
right, so
here.
do Eckler here, JT 4.
So
I'm
we
good
got
with that.
Eckler and then
And then
Jason.
I think it's
I will just say this though. You said that the Colts are going to fix their QB situation. They've been trying to do that for the past 5 years. What makes you think
they've been
next
trying to
year's
do
the
that
one?
since Andrew Luck's been gone.
I know.
So
That's my own. I just
I
playing
think
the funny.
5 is probably a Derrick Henry.
So Jonathan Taylor.
Maybe-
So we're gonna go Henry or
or Cup.
That's the
or
thing.
Jamar Chase or Adams, who's been crazy, like high ceiling good.
He's been high ceiling good, but he's also been
He's
a
also got
bit
Derek Carr, so
inconsistent.
it's
Yeah,
rough. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, but
I
who's
could-
Cooper Cup gonna have next year?
That is
Stafford
the
might not
question.
be
I mean,
there.
I would imagine Stafford will be there next year.
I still look
How the
at
hell
it.
would Stafford not
even-
be there last year? Sorry, Mike. I keep cutting you off. Sorry, what?
No, you're good. I look at it, that offense. We've seen it with Cooper Cup. We've seen it without Cooper Cup. That offense runs through Cooper Cup.
Of course.
They need
Yeah.
Cooper
He
Cup.
is old though. Let's be real. He's 29,
old.
so
He's
he'll be 30 next
29.
year.
No,
He's old for football,
not for a receiver.
and he's coming off a.
That's
it's
the.
it's an
it's the
ankle.
injury.
No, it's not an knee. All right,
Ankle.
So I don't know, man.
I'm
could
good
go
with
Henry
I'm
or
good with
Cup,
Cup
honestly.
there.
Yeah, I think either one are serviceable at that
Yeah.
position.
All right. For the next 2 picks, then just do Henry Cup, and let's
Yeah.
move this bitch on.
And then I do think that this is probably where you
Henry.
could see
Cup.
Jamar Chase go.
Yeah.
Because you're
I-
picking between like Cook, Mixon, Chase, that range. I mean, maybe even Devontae, but I think Chase is still. You would go Devontae over Chase?
Yes,
Yeah.
What makes you say? Can I just ask that? Real
I
quick? 'Cause
actually
you got
might
Joe
even go
Burrow.
Diggs over Adams and Chase
I could make the case for
because
Diggs. I can get
we're
behind you with
skipping,
Diggs.
right?
So
I
again,
think-
just realize that these ADP values here are
I don't even care about the
2022.
ADPs.
So
I'm
we
just-
got we got to look
I'm
at
just
like.
solely looking off of players of what they've done this year. I
Do
would
you know
go
who we're
Diggs.
forgetting? By the way, do you know who we're forgetting?
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Saquon. Oof. That's
And I sent
Yeah.
you guys the link to the list I'm looking at.
oh, now I see it. All right, hold on.
I kind of think it's Barkley time here.
I
can see it.
I can
Yeah,
get on
just
board with
because
that. All
There
right.
still could be some
Yep.
skepticism too, as well with him.
And honestly, the next one is probably
I don't think
Tyreek. Oh,
I mean, if you're gonna lean,
or it's either that or
don't
Adams.
say. I don't think Adams.
It's
no.
Adams or
I think-
Diggs.
I think it's Diggs over Adams,
yeah. I would go Diggs
and I
over
think
Adams.
it's Tyreek Hill over Adams too.
Tyreek Hill still scares me.
I mean, you're looking at a guy.
All right,
who
so we're pick
is
8.
averaging
So-
18.5 points a
All
game.
right. So what are your
And
the
Devontae
link
Adams
that
gets-
the link that you sent us? What are you looking at? Just solely points from this year?
It's on fantasy points per game, doing total points. I
Okay.
sorted it by half
Oh,
PPR
points per
because that's
game.
what we're
Alright.
doing.
I'm
So
also
if you do
looking
it by
at that.
points
Yeah,
per
yeah, yeah.
game, that's what gives you a better indication because
Yeah, and that would be
Um,
Tyreek
see.
Hill.
And so but we don't have to go
Dude,
off
I
of
still
just
like.
that,
I
right?
still like
this is just a
Chase. I still like
gauge.
Chase better than Hill, honestly.
I just don't. Because you look at the wide receiver and it plays into the quarterback who's throwing him the ball, and like Derek Carr is just as inconsistent, if not
No,
worse,
Chase
than Tua.
over Devontae.
And Hill over Chase, I think.
So we put Diggs over both of them.
Diggs is even more consistent, I think, though, and he's got a better quarterback.
Yeah, and Chase has a better quarterback than Hill, I think.
Stephon Diggs.
So we know how these leagues are going to go, right? Like, so we know it's pretty running back heavy.
The next two picks.
And
Can we just agree the next two picks are going to be Jamar Chase and
Adams and
Tyreek Hill and Adams?
So we're going to
next
basically
three?
balance out the first round at this point.
That's fine.
That's different. I mean, I don't
different.
hate it. It's just, again, we don't see that, right? So I don't. Am I the tiebreaker here? So I'm gonna go. If I'm the tiebreaker,
I would go Chase
I'm
first.
going Adams. Ooh,
I think Stephon
first.
Diggs, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson are all first-round wide receivers next year.
You don't,
So
think
you don't
Kupp
even
will
have
be?
Chase in your first round.
Oh, Chase too. My apologies. I forgot about him.
Okay.
So okay. So if we're gonna go
So, like
three
you
more
said, more
receivers here in a
balanced.
row, is it Chase, Hill, Adams, or Hill, Adams, Chase? Like, what are we
Or
doing?
Adams.
I put
Right.
Adams at the back end of it,
Yeah.
and I put
would
Hill
too.
in front. I mean, probably Chase because of the name value too. Even you could probably put.
I
him in
would
front of
go
Hill,
Chase, Hill,
interchangeably.
Adams.
Okay.
Yeah, Chase, Hill,
Personally.
Adams.
Whoops! Hit the wrong button. Damn it.
Never mind.
I just. Oh, sorry. Was there?
I just think
No,
that Tua
it
takes a
wasn't
step
there.
forward next year. I mean, so
I
he's
don't-
looked
I
pretty
don't
good
doubt
this
it.
year.
All right. So here's the $1 million question. Do we do Kelsey? Right, you knew it was coming, right? So you get that. The last time we took a tight end in the first round, it was Kelsey, and he's
still the only tight end
He still
doing
finished tight end 2, but he didn't do what he did. Now this year, he's doing what he did
Before.
before, to where
232
he's
points in the
dominating,
year.
right? He's dominating, and he's 100 plus points above the next tight end, which is
200
Mark Andrews.
232 points on the year would be wide receiver 5.
Right. So he warrants.
And he's already at 1, 2, 3,
Now,
4, 5, 6. He's already at
this
wide
is
receiver
where we have
7
to
in
at
this draft, so-
at this point of a mock draft, right? We're in
gotta get a
December.
running
We're
back
not even
with one
into
of these two.
2023. Do we think Kansas City tries to go out and get better receivers? Do we think Kadarius Toney and those guys that came in late this year, become more viable receivers for
All right,
for Kansas City?
Mahomes is getting a year older. He's still phenomenal.
I'm not worried about Mahomes at all. I'm worried about and then does Kansas City try to bring in another running back who might actually take away targets? Like there's a lot of unknowns with Kelsey. I think Kelsey.
We can't base it on that. I would go Kelsey, and I would go running back.
If
Kelsey
this
Chubb
turn pick.
I think Chelsea either goes to. I mean, Kelsey either goes to
like
Team
Mixon.
12.
I do not like Mixon. I have not liked Mixon.
Running back 13, running back 11 in PPR, and he's missed some time. Dude,
I think
you may
I
not
think
like
with-
him, but the Bengals are a fucking high-powered offense.
I think
So-
you go Dalvin Cook and Kelsey
Mixon,
here.
by the way, if you really look at Mixon, he had where is Mixon here? So Mixon's half PPR finishes, right? He's like 9, 20, 43, 13, 27, 12, 12, 27, 1. And by the way, that 1 was a 53-point performance.
Yes, that was ridiculous.
So yes.
All right.
You're going to look at the overall value of him, and yes, he's RB9, points per game.
I mean, I'm not against
but
Chubb
I don't,
because the other thing is Hunt going to even be there?
Year, man. I don't see Kareem Hunt being there next year.
All right, I'm good. Kelsey Chubb.
It's him or Pollard, honestly, to me.
I think it's Cook. I think it's Cook and Kelsey. You look at where Dalvin Cook's on the year. He's at running back 8 with 201 points. That's above Joe Mixon. Now he's a little bit behind Chubb.
Kind of off Cook. I don't know why. He just hasn't because he's shined this year. It just
the thing that Cook. I don't think Pollard should be there is, I mean, you're basing that solely on your thought that Zeke's not going to be there?
No, I think Zeke will be there.
Okay,
but
then
Pollard's
we're dealing with but we're dealing with a volume situation where Cook. So
that's why I want to go Chubb.
But still, Cook out volumes Chubb with the PPR value, with the PPR upside. So that's why I still kind of lean Cook in that situation. Because you look at he's got 230 rushing attempts to Chubb's 252, but Chubb only has 29 targets, 20 receptions, to Dalvin Cook's 48 and 33. You're looking at a better offense, more touchdown potential.
I mean, we don't know what we're going to get out of Deshaun after a full year.
It's true. I just think there's a little bit more uncertainty.
So are we going Kelsey Cook then? Kelsey Cook?
I think Kelsey Cook.
I think Kelsey Cook Chubb.
Yeah. I could see Chubb being absolutely the next pick after that.
I'll just do Kelsey into the here. That's fine.
Yep.
All right, so Team 11 has taken Adams, so
Chubb.
It's Chubb or Mixon probably. And I know you're not, too high on Mixon, so it's probably Chubb at that point.
I would go Chubb.
Okay.
We're looking at another running back pick because we got Tyreek Hill. Yeah, it's either that or Najee. Or maybe, I mean, if you want to make a case for Swift, but I can't see Swift.
Here's another one that's interesting that's not going to get a lot of love is Javonte. And
coming off an injury.
Javonte's hard to
and Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Another one that's hard to gauge, and his was later in the season, so he might not be right away back for
So do we just go with Mixon and play safe?
I would go Mixon.
Okay, so again, we took another receiver here. I can double tap receiver. We can play a little zero tight end with one of these teams. That might be okay. There's CeeDee Lamb. I don't like Debo as much as Well, again,
I think CeeDee's the only one that's worth it.
We can't use this ranking here. We got it.
No, I know. I'm looking at the sheet you gave. I mean, AJ Brown's up there. I don't hate that.
AJ Brown, wide receiver 5 on the year. CeeDee Lamb, 6 on the year.
AJ Brown's been hit or miss too, man.
He has been. He's been kind of inconsistent.
Waddle, another one.
Waddle and Chase.
The one that I want to really give out, Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver 7 on the year.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
All right, I'm on with that. Do it.
So we're going Amon.
Yeah, that one's a good. I think because you got even more, like you said, if the Lions
solid, that's a solid start.
Yeah, I would love that as a dynasty team startup right there. Chase and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
All right, so now we're going Diggs. I think with Diggs, you're gonna go running back. Honestly, I don't think you're gonna double tap receiver here.
Yeah, you're super safe at receiver with Diggs.
We've seen how bad running backs have been. Harris has started to pick things up. Kamara's been a train wreck. Swift.
Harris is the only one.
Kamara, we don't even know if he's going to play next year.
That's
true. That's true.
His shit got pushed, so he's a late fucking draft. He's not an early draft.
I mean, how
it's
awesome
too
would it
early
be
for
to take like a Lamb or a Waddle here and then just figure out running back later?
Dude, I don't hate it. I'm good. I'm good with that actually.
Because, like, honestly, like, the
like
only other
Lamb.
running backs that have finished better right now are Aaron Jones, and nobody really knows that.
No.
Miles Sanders.
What about Ramondre Stevenson?
Ooh, that.
Sneaky, but I think I'll hang around.
Running back 10 on the year. He's at 195.5 points, and that would be
I think he's going to
wide
go
receiver.
later.
That would be wide receiver 6 on the
I
year.
do know. I love the Stevenson
All right,
pick. In
I'm
fact,
on.
I was overlooking him
I'm on
for
it.
some weird reason here. So I think with this team, I think we absolutely go receiver, and I like CeeDee Lamb here.
Yep. Do
Yes,
it.
I think this
with
would go
team,
Najee.
this was kind of in the middle. I mean,
think
again, we
Najee-
can't
I
ignore
could kinda
Javonte.
go
We can't ignore Brees Hall.
I'm just not ignoring him. I just think they're a little
Yeah,
bit
I
later, like
kinda
maybe.
like-
I
kinda
think
like
Brees
Hall
Hall
here.
is gonna go flying up the board here. So
I
I mean,
really
how
like
late
Hall.
did he? It was an ACL. This was
Week
2 months
Week
ago.
7. Week
So this
7,
was
though,
October.
Yeah.
which is a 9-month recovery best.
So like June, July.
That's at best is a 9-month recovery.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
again,
Hall.
like it's all
It's a mock draft.
hyper.
It's a way early mock draft.
probable. You know,
Throw him
I
in
think
there.
I won't lie. You wanna know why I said not to take
I don't-
Brees Hall? I was kind of hoping he'd fall to us with Jefferson.
Oh, I did.
Actually, I mean,
not-
I wouldn't hate on that idea, but I would also I could see Najee going here.
Yeah, I mean, he's been picking it up lately.
Just for the sheer fact that
You gotta
you
imagine
know
that
he's
offense just
he's the main guy there.
You want to talk about a team that's probably going to get their shit together? I mean, I would hope they're going to sign some offensive line or maybe draft some.
Yeah.
So it can't get
I kind of like Najee here actually.
really.
Yeah.
as a volume aspect, because you look at it like
think about
Swift,
that fucking
not gonna get the
volume.
volume.
Cup and Najee. That's sick volume right off the bat.
All right, you guys like it. All right, so we got Derrick Henry, and now we're looking. Oof.
Do we? No. What I was gonna say? Do we make one of the teams a QB early?
Ooh,
AJ Brown.
I do like
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I think AJ Brown goes here.
Yep.
So now we're looking at Jonathan Taylor, and remember
No,
now
I
we're-
think
now we're
this
looking
is.
at,
I
like,
think
this
this
coming.
is Waddle territory.
Yeah.
I think this is Waddle territory right here.
Man, we are not double tapping any positions except for this one team. This is funny.
That's it. Which is
However,
fine.
I think that changes when we get closer to the
Yeah,
end.
because
So I
Waddle
think,
was that
now
last like.
we can
you
look
know,
now
at
like
Javonte
I think
Williams,
we could,
right?
I think we could go Swift or Williams right here.
I do not go Swift.
I still think you can make a
It's
case
either
for Aaron
Jones or Williams to me.
Yeah, I think
What
Jones
about-
is the
what
safer
about-
one. Look at his pick. He's got
What about
Austin
James
Eckler. He's
Conner,
safe. I say you go. He's
Well,
safe
yeah,
already with
Jones-
Eckler. You go with
I
Javonte.
do
for the
like
ceiling.
Jones, but are we banking on Rodgers being back in Green Bay next year?
I don't know if it matters, but
The only thing I'm more
Yes.
afraid of AJ Dillon.
I think he will
if
be
anything.
because he signed that contract. He's back,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
he's got guaranteed money going his way.
so
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's Jones.
I think it's Jones, Javonte. I'm good with that.
I was gonna say the
Look.
other way around.
Shit,
I think
I
it's.
think
I think it's the other way around, just because of their draft style. Because you get somebody like Eckler, you could be a little bit more risky. Get Javonte coming off the injury, but you get someone like
Still
CMC.
don't want to be too risky in round 2, man.
I mean, you're being risky either way, taking a guy off an ACL injury in round 2.
True. I mean, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with going Javonte then Aaron
Yeah.
Jones.
I just thought it was flip
So
flop. Just a little
here, I think is where it gets interesting. So I don't love these picks. So I kind of think like a Brees Hall could be interesting here.
I think
Yes.
We go with, like maybe you could double tap running back again at this point.
I
I
almost
think this
you
is-
have to
this
double
is-
tap
You
running
don't have to.
This is maybe where Tony Pollard could possibly be in the mix.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, sitting at RB7 on the year.
back.
I
hate
like
that.
Pollard.
It is a
So I'm going to
riskier
throw a
pick,
bunch
though.
of guys here into our queue just to see what we're looking at here. So we're looking at him. We're looking at. I mean,
How about
Zeke,
a
we're looking at
Damian
Keenan
Pierce?
Allen, just looking at-
Evans. Not looking
How about a
at. I like
Damian
Connor.
Pierce?
I don't think I go Damian Pierce because I'm
No.
not really sure that they trust him.
Okay, how
I'm just
about
gonna
a-
throw a bunch of guys here into the queue just to see.
Higgins.
what
I'm
we're
just
looking at.
naming off
Caroline.
players that are like. What about a Travis Etienne, a Kenneth
Yep.
Walker?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
Yeah.
at here. Those are exactly the types of players I'm looking at here. All right, so I'm gonna close this. So here's what we're looking at. So I'm gonna put this up. So we're looking at
heck, we could
Tony
even-
Pollard's, Mike Evans. So I'm gonna put it.
You could even put Christian Kirk in there.
I'm gonna put all the receivers and all the running backs in no
I think
particular
he'll hang
order.
around.
Oh
Ah,
wait,
shit.
wait! Before
Ah.
we make any
Yeah.
decision here, guys. Before we're forgetting one crucial player who got suspended this year, and he's going to be back next year with Trevor Lawrence,
Ridley?
Calvin Ridley.
Nah,
You don't think?
I'm not going
Hey,
after him
nope,
in the second or
not
third.
in the second round.
Okay.
No,
All right, because you
on
know
a-
for
if
a
he's
fact
still
he was a
there by
first
our
round
next
receiver with
turn,
Matt Ryan.
yes.
All right, so we got a Mike Evans. I mean, there's Godwin too. There's Keenan Allen, who we know is a PPR, even half PPR monster. T. Higgins, who's been really good. But then running backs, we got Pollard, Zeke, Connor.
I think we
Pierce,
need to at
Hall.
least get one running back. At least one.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree
fine.
with
I'm
that.
fine with at least one, but I don't think we have to double tap. Right?
I don't think we have to double tap. Looking
there's
at the
DK,
names that are there.
who's been good. Yeah, that's another
Yeah,
guy.
and who's shown that he can play with Gino, which is kind of. I mean, I feel like I had mentioned.
Do you think Debo should probably be in this kind of range?
I'm kind of off Debo, man.
we don't know the quarterback
The-
situation yet.
The risk
He's injury.
that we thought
He's
would
like
bring
this
is
year's
completely shown.
Brandon Cooks.
He'd be wide receiver 11 at this point.
I get it, but he's had
How many games?
he's
has he
just
missed?
had like massive games and then like
And then
nothing.
he's missed games. So
Yeah, so I'm kind of off him at this point. So I think
Averages,
these-
11
these are the type of
points.
guys.
I don't know. I would lean towards Hall.
I'm kind of upside with Hall. I like that. I do
Hall
like
or
that.
Connor are my running back picks.
Hall over Connor.
Me too.
Yeah.
So just do Hall.
Yeah, you can't draft him from here, can you? I got to do this.
No. You
Because I never actually started it. That's why. So Hall, and then
like as much as it pains me to say it, I would almost
I'd go T. Higgins.
Keenan. But I
I'd go T over
I
Keenan.
like T. I like T better than Keenan at this point. Keenan's just. I mean,
Like,
and this is
looking
the
at the
first. This
receivers
is the
left.
first year that I've actually had him in multiple leagues, and he's just disappointed because he's injured.
You're looking
Higgins-
at the
Higgins
highest.
has had some issues with it too, but more recently, and I just think he's a better player right now.
You're looking at basically. I mean, we talk about handcuffs for running backs all the time. T. Higgins is the highest value handcuff. I mean, he's already a great
Yeah.
star as it is. But if Jamar Chase goes down, we've seen what T. Higgins can do in that wide receiver one position.
Yeah,
and he's also good
behind
even with Chase
Waddle.
there, so it doesn't
With
really
Chase too as well. But I'm saying that's
Well,
even
exactly.
more like.
But
I
behind
think he should
Waddle,
be here.
that's like 1A, 1B for handcuff receivers in my mind. So yeah,
I think
I'm good
Higgins,
with
right
Higgins.
here. Not Rashard. Don't misclick.
Rashad Higgins. Yes. Oh,
All
damn
right,
it. No,
so-
not T.
So I think here you go on receiver.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I don't know. I guess if we're doing a true mock, like, does Debo go here?
That's why I'm saying I think
Probably.
he falls too far.
could
Personally, I
see
don't
him
want him
going
here,
there.
but
I think Evans
I
might go
do
ahead
think
of
it's
him.
Debo.
Keenan would go ahead of
I don't
him.
like Evans. Evans is
I don't
Tom
like
Brady
Evans.
might be
Plays
gone.
almost-
Tom Brady might be gone
I-
next year, guys.
That might be good for Evans, though.
It could be. I don't know. So I mean, like, if you want to go, because they double tap running back.
I don't think we can give him Debo because he has CMC.
Yeah, that's true.
Keenan?
I mean, two players on the same team is not terrible, but
Not always. Yeah, I've done
yeah.
it
All
many
right, so
times.
Keenan,
Got another double tap. So give him Debo.
Debo.
Yeah. He needs a receiver bad.
And then here, we can do what we want, right? So
I kind
I
of
say
Swift here,
you always have one of these guys, and I say you give him Josh Allen.
like Swift here.
You always have one of those guys that drafts a QB in the third round.
I know what you're saying, Mike, but I can't do it.
I
But you're
know.
right,
Swift's
Josh
down
Allen.
on
If you
this,
want a
but-
true mock, there's always a quarterback in the third round.
I mean, Swift is way down on this ranking, but
I can't do Swift. Swift will not go this early next year. There's no way.
Not if Jamal's
He's
staying
not.
there.
He's not been good this year.
but Jonathan Taylor
I'm
has
doing Josh Allen just because I kind of agree with Mike. There will be the team. In fact, and actually, Josh Allen may not even go that late.
Yeah.
That's how
true.
stupid it's gonna be. I mean, we're looking at other guys like. I think we're only gonna go through like 4 rounds here
See,
because
I
this
think-
is
I
already getting
think
kind of
with-
late. Just to let you know.
I think with
We're looking at guys
receiver,
like
I mean, with Henry
Kirk?
at running back, I think you're looking at receiver here.
Kirk, Cooper,
Evans.
Metcalf.
I think
Like
Metcalf
Warren.
makes an argument.
We're good with
even
that.
Geno Smith.
Yeah, I'm good with Metcalf there.
Don't you dare hover over Cortland Sutton. I get flashbacks and nightmares.
You son of a bitch. Cortland Sutton, do it for the win.
Damn you, Russell Wilson.
So we got 50.
All right, so we got high ceiling.
I mean, at
Uh,
this point,
No, high
do
floor,
we
high
finally
floor
pull
on
the
this
trigger
team.
on Kamara? I just hope this is all.
Well, this is a team that went
This is
very
that
safe.
team.
This is a
This
team that
is-
went
It's
very
not,
safe.
Yes.
It
with
did not go
Cooper Kupp.
safe.
No,
They come
dude.
with injury.
We're talking volume safe. I'm not looking at.
Dude, Kamara. This team reeks of Kamara. I'm sorry,
It
Team
does.
6, but you are not my team.
Who do they got?
Barkley-
Barkley and who?
Who else?
Barkley and
CD?
Lamb. Barkley and CD Lamb, team
All right, so
7.
you gotta
They
keep
got a
it,
good. Yeah, I
you
think
gotta
they can
keep
go
it
receiver.
NFC East.
Oh, we forgot about
McLaurin. McLaurin's a good pick
Oh, we
here.
forgot about Etienne.
Yeah, I mean, did we though? He's been struggling the past couple
I don't know
weeks.
if
He's
we
kind of
forgot
sounds like a
about
third
him.
round or like one of those mid-round running
Dude,
backs.
he just ran for 103 yards against Dallas.
After not
I
even
get it.
getting
He had a
100
couple down
yards
weeks,
combined, after not even getting 100 combined yards.
Yeah,
the
but
past 3 games.
Dallas sucks against the run, so that's not like some big feat.
This
I'd
is
go
true.
McLaurin. McLaurin, keep the NFC East thing alive here. Let's do it. We got to have one shitty team of NFC.
We got a
East.
homer team.
Now do we go all AFC team here
now
with
we
Diggs and
go-
Stevenson, and so now we go Etienne.
No,
I don't
like-
it would
Connor.
be AFC East. Yeah, dude.
So
I
it's-
do
it's
kinda like
Connor.
here.
What about Miles Sanders?
I don't trust it still.
No.
Okay.
I think
would-
Sanders is still
Yeah, we
like
still
I
never
low,
would
it's
go-
still low enough volume.
We
with
still
Sanders
never
that
went
it's-
Tony Pollard.
Holy crap.
True, we
Did
didn't.
we really not?
Yeah, this kind of does
Gosh.
reek of a Tony Pollard team. Fuck, we probably should have put Pollard on the other team.
Huh? Too late now. That's what happens in drafts. Still,
Yeah, because there's no way we're putting ETN
got,
over Pollard,
yeah,
right?
but
So,
they
okay, so
need-
now
they
we're on
need
team
running
9.
back.
Chase and Amon Ross, say Brown.
Definitely running back.
Well,
So
if they're
this
going
is
0 or
Swift,
B.
Fournette.
Eh,
No, they could. They totally could.
go with
What's
Mike
the wide
Evans.
receivers
No,
look
go
like?
Connor, dude. Connor.
Evans, Pittman, Moore, Mike Williams. Well, actually,
Connor.
no, screw that list.
Yeah.
Connor.
We're just going to go. Why?
I'm not.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to mess around and see what a
All right,
zero
let's go
RB
zero
team
running
would be.
back.
So let's do a 0 RB team.
All right,
So
then
we've
Evans.
got a.
Is Evans still out there?
He is, but dude, he's not even the next best, man. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, Cooper's been better. Garrett Wilson's been better.
DeAndre Hopkins has been
Ooh,
better.
There's one we
Ooh.
forgot.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson.
I was going to mention him, but
Is
technically
he gonna
Hopkins has
jump
been better.
that high up though? 111. I know that's this year's,
ADP
but
was awful.
Guys,
Yeah,
Hopkins has been
I
averaging
know that's this
14.8
year.
a game.
That's true, dude. Hopkins on a full year, you can't forget
Garrett
about
Wilson's been averaging 11.
So, do we think Hopkins, who's going to be 31, and we have zero idea what's going to happen, honestly, with the quarterback situation or the coaching situation in Arizona, or Wilson,
No.
who has
who
Zach
we-
Wilson potentially as their quarterback.
I mean, he,
Okay.
I mean, I could see both of them going here, honestly.
we're splitting hairs here, I think, with these two.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
I said
All right,
both.
I'm good with Garrett.
I kind of favor Garrett Wilson because you like the younger, they grow as a player, right? They get better.
All right, draft him. Done. Move.
So I think we go
This
with
guy's saying young, too, so yeah, go with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson. So we got Chase, Brown, and Wilson. Team 10, we got Tyreek Hill, Joe Mixon, and is this where you go?
This could be a Swift.
Why do you like Swift so much?
I don't know.
Stop it. Swift is
this-
not
this
going in
could
round
be-
3 in any league
this-
next year. If he
This
does,
could
y'all
be-
stupid. I say it's either like ETN or we go Hopkins or we go
Kittle.
Connor.
I know you don't like it, but I like Dameon Pierce. He was actually averaging more points per game than ETN.
I just wonder if they're gonna bring in somebody.
And more than Swift.
I don't know if they're not gonna bring in a running back though.
Why not?
Houston?
You think they rely on Dameon Pierce, who has completely fizzled down the stretch?
He hasn't fizzled. He hasn't gotten touchdowns.
He
He's
almost had
become
1,000
very
yard rushing.
touchdown dependent. Which,
Yeah.
as we've seen in the case of cough DJ Moore, doesn't really matter. I still
He
think
actually
Pierce.
has,
I still think Pierce is a solid friggin' play.
220 rushing attempts through 13 weeks, 939 yards, only 4 touchdowns. Believe it or not, he got 39
I don't
targets.
necessarily love him here, but I'm not against it. I'm okay with it actually. I mean,
I just don't think
you've got two solid guys with Hill and Mixon. You're shooting for upside with Pierce here. I like it.
Kenneth
All right,
give
Walker.
me
wow.
teams of that. He's also
Yeah.
he was in
Walker.
I think
Wal-
Kenneth Walker's the dude.
Yeah.
Actually, now that
All
I'm
right.
thinking about it,
Do
I
Walker.
brought him up a while ago.
I know, and I totally forgot about it again.
All
Sorry.
right,
This
so
is what
then-
happens when we're trying to use
We got
the sites that aren't set up for
Adams, Chubb.
2023 yet. So next team is Devontae Adams and Nick Chubb. I mean, it's all the same players that we're talking about. So
yeah. I actually don't hate Fournette, but
nah, I'm not going Fournette because I think
I mean, I'm okay with Pierce here. I'm okay with like a Godwin here.
ETN.
ETN.
give it-
Actually,
if you wanna
yeah, I
give it
like
to him.
ETN here. Let's go ETN. Kyle Pitts it is.
I think they gotta
Team
go
12,
receiver here. Or are
Dalvin
you
Cook
going
and
zero?
Kelsey.
Do we go 0 receiver for this team?
Double tap tight end with Kittle
This is Scott
and
Fishbowl.
Mark Andrews.
So yeah, I mean,
Josh
another name that's
Jacobs,
interesting is
we're
Josh
forgetting
Jacobs
about.
is out there.
I
But
do
what
like
do you do with
Jacobs.
this guy? Because we have no idea where he's gonna be next year. It's just a crazy situation. But again, other players that are good.
All right, well,
we've mentioned some of them.
Is Connor gone yet or no? Oh,
Nope,
J.K. Dobbins?
Right, there's a lot of good running backs, man. Receivers are starting to dry up. So this is going to be the last. This
I
last
think
round
I
back.
think we would go.
we got Mahomes, we got Herbert, we got
I'm
these
not
quarterbacks
worried about
are
quarterbacks.
Maybe go Mahomes for the connection with Kelsey.
Not a bad idea actually.
I don't. So I
don't
don't
hate that.
realistically
can-
think that a team's going to go tight end quarterback that in a league. So
Well, he's got the turn, so he might
All
go
right,
the next
then
pick.
do yeah.
I get
then
it.
Do Evans and Mahomes. to make
Because
yourself
if
be able
this
to-
No,
team,
I
I'm
just don't
putting
think
my
it would.
I'm putting my mindset in this team. There is no way Mahomes is making it back to me if I don't pick.
Of course not, but you're okay because so when I draft, right? If I take a QB early, I'm not taking a tight end early. If I take a tight end early, I'm not taking a QB early.
Yeah, I mean, you don't go
Don't
into
usually
it
do either
in the
one.
12 spot drafting Kelsey thinking you can make that handcuff.
I think he goes RB right here.
So he's got Dalvin Cook
Yeah.
and Travis Kelce. So I think running
think
backs
Connor.
are like a Connor, a Dobbins
Or
could be interesting, a
Jacobs.
Jacobs could be interesting, Sanders. Who are we missing? I feel like
Sanders,
we're
we don't really
missing
know about next year though either.
Somebody.
Did we give Kamara?
I mean,
Well,
there's Zeke,
Kamara's gonna be gone.
Kamara. Yeah, we gave Kamara to somebody.
Yeah,
Um,
Kamara's no,
might be
I
it,
don't think-
actually.
No, Kamara's
Damian
not out.
Pierce.
We
Yeah.
gave him.
That was the other one. No, Damian Pierce is still here.
No, he's still there. All
I never
right,
gave it to
so
Damian. All
take
right.
So
take Pierce
Pierce and then
and then a high upside running
receiver.
back or receiver. I
A
mean.
receiver. Yeah.
Evans, Pittman.
I'd probably go Pittman.
But there's like receivers that are playing better. So Cooper and Godwin, Hopkins.
Yeah,
kinda think
I
lean
actually
Hopkins,
I would go
honestly.
Cooper here.
I think
Much
I'd
of
go
the
Hopkins over Cooper.
Much as it pains me to say it, I think I would go. Cooper
I think
here.
you're outvoted 2-3 here. All right, so second pick in the 4th round, Team 11: Devontae Adams, Nick Chubb, Travis Etienne.
Devonta Smith.
I don't hate it, man. I do like it. I was looking at him too. So Devonta Smith could be a guy. It's been a little inconsistent, but I don't hate it.
Yep.
So we're looking at again, all the tight ends outside of Kelsey are there. But
I don't think tight ends
I do
worth
think
it,
I do
yeah.
think tight ends are gonna fall next year, man. Like people are gonna try
Yeah.
to talk themselves into it, but I think it's
No,
it's not a good idea. We got the Godwins, the Coopers, the Jujus, the Moonies.
I mean,
the Devonta
I
Smiths.
like Godwin. I like Cooper. Maybe Smith hangs around a little bit
Sanders. We
longer.
still got Swift if you like him. Zeke,
Yeah,
Connor.
but they've already got two running backs.
two running
They're not-
backs. I
they're
think you
not
can flex at
going-
running backs though.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I would go receiver if I was this
If
team.
this, yeah, if,
I
if
mean,
you're starting
even
three
a
receivers,
Judy-
I don't know
hate-
how much farther Mike Evans falls at this
Yeah,
point,
I
realistically. So I
think Mike
do think
Evans
this is
has
the
to be the
pick.
pick.
Would I like it as this team? I don't.
No.
But you're hoping Brady comes back. You hope the offensive line is healthier. You're
Brady's
hoping this
not
team is
coming
just better. So I think Evans is the pick. Team 10: Tyreek, Joe Mixon, Kenneth Walker. Looking probably again receiver or
Pittman.
quarterback.
I think Mike Williams or Amari Cooper.
Ooh, I don't hate Cooper there. It's a lot of
you
high
you gotta
upside.
think Cooper hasn't been good, and I pulled up his game log here.
Averages
So
11.9 a
but-
game.
well, but
how many
but with-
games did he play with?
with
Brissett?
Watson, right? With
No,
Watson
no.
so far.
But how many games did he play with Brissett before the season started?
doesn't
None.
matter. That doesn't matter. So,
How many games
so
did he play with
far,
Watson? Preseason.
0. But in the preseason,
If he
barely
play,
anything.
I mean, if he even played.
Anyway, him and Brissett had a connection, regardless,
They did,
right?
yeah.
So you're talking half PPR points with Watson. Those are projected.
it's not.
So
I mean, he hasn't been good with Watson.
PPR points were 8, 6.2, and 9.8. So lower those a little bit with half PPR. Not
hasn't been
great.
good.
You got to imagine things are going to get better in the
They're
offseason. So
yeah,
Cooper's
well,
not a bad
exactly.
pick here. I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point though
Go Cooper.
where it's like,
Go Cooper. We got. I
I
mean,
mean, we
gotta
still
move.
got Judy,
gotta
we still
move.
got Sutton, those types of guys. Cooper's good.
Cooper. I
Team
like
9.
Cooper ahead of those guys.
Our 0 RB team: Jamar Chase, Amon Ron, Garrett Wilson. I think we stick to our guns, guys.
Judy.
Well, what's there left at RB? We got to look at the teardrop.
It's either
type deal.
Pittman.
Swift, Connor, those types of guys.
I mean, because J.K. Dobbins wouldn't be a bad zero.
But if we're
RB
gonna go a
pick.
true zero RB team,
Yeah,
we gotta
we
go
gotta-
zero
we
RB.
gotta
That's
keep
what we're
going.
doing with the team. That's what we kind of
I
said.
I never know when you go RB and a zero RB. To be
I
honest,
kinda like
never
Mike
do it,
Williams.
so I agree with you. I don't like Mike Williams, man. I really don't.
I'm sorry.
Mike Williams is
Godwin?
at he's
No.
16th for points average per game at
I get
11.7.
it. I just don't like it.
I
He's
kind
only
of like.
0.2
I mean,
behind Amari
this
Cooper.
could be the Devonta Smith team actually.
I kind of like Smith slightly better.
Yeah. This
Devontae
could be
Smith averages less
I mean,
points
this
per
kind
game.
of reeks of Devonta Smith.
You got to remember, Williams has played a bunch of games without Keenan. So does that help or
That's-
hurt Williams?
That's
He
what
was
I'm
also
saying.
not playing too. He was injured with the ankle injury.
Right.
He was out a couple games. I think this, like I said, I think this reeks of Devonta
Either
Smith.
that or Godwin.
I
I mean, yeah,
I don't hate
Smith
Godwin
going here,
either.
too, just because of the.
And who are
look
his
at the
receivers?
offense.
Chase, Amon Ron, and Garrett Wilson. Dude, Godwin could be amazing on this team.
All right, I'm into it.
Yeah,
Godwin.
I'm in on Godwin.
All right, so team 8, Stephon Diggs, Ramondre Stevenson, Tony Pollard.
Mondre Pollard. I think we got Pittman. I kind of like Pittman here, actually.
I still like Mike Williams over Pittman, but that's me personally.
Well, yeah, I do like a healthy Mike Williams over Pittman. Yeah, I'm good with that.
But also, I mean, did you gave Devontae Smith? You haven't given Devontae
No.
Smith
I
up
have
yet
not
either.
given him to anybody.
No,
So it's between I think him and Devontae.
I don't hate Judy here either. Actually,
I'm kind of. Yeah, I keep gravitating to Judy. Pittman gets the volume, man, but the volume's been so bad.
yeah, it's too many question marks. We don't know what's going to happen there.
But I mean, again, we you know,
Russ
you're just
has to
you're
be
just
better than what
predicting-
he's
You're just
done.
predicting that Indy's
I know.
gonna have to like get better at quarterback,
Yeah,
even if it's a rookie. Like
but Judy's still been decent
good, even without.
with Russ and or other.
I mean,
So I'd go
we say,
Judy.
we say good, but it's been
Well.
tolerable
Yeah.
at times.
All right, Judy, do it. Lock it up.
Mike,
I'm fine with that. Even so, you guys had me outnumbered 2-3 or 2-1.
all right. So Team
All right,
7 is
now we
Barkley,
can do
Lamb,
Devontae.
McLaurin. We're going back NFC East.
Yep.
So Zeke.
Devontae. No, Devontae. No, what? Pollard. Oh no, they don't
Yeah,
have Pollard.
Pollard.
We already gave
wait,
Pollard up.
fuck, they do need a running back though. Damn it.
Eh.
Miles Sanders.
Ooh, I like it actually.
I like it too.
I like it. All right. So this one's got Cup, Harris, Kamara.
All right, this could
This
be
one Pittman.
yeah, this could be a Pittman all over it. Or
I'm kind of
DJ
in
Moore.
on Pittman here.
Or Mike Williams. Honestly, this kind of smells like a Mike Williams team.
Cup, Harris, Kamara. God, it's so risky. It's like all
Exactly
upside,
my
man.
point.
Yeah, it does. It
Dude,
does.
it's-
Right, Mike.
It's
you
a
agree?
Mike Williams
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
All right. So next team: Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf.
You're not going Smith here.
Who's left at RB?
Connor.
I think Connor. Yeah, I like Connor here. Definitely.
Trying to think if we're
It's
forgetting
like a
anybody
boring
here.
volume-ish
No, but
play
dude,
or Pittman.
It's a good play.
Yeah, there's not any other running back that I'm looking here that's going to get more volume than Connor. So if it's RB, it's Connor.
I mean,
Yeah.
a receiver, you know, or if you guys
Connor,
want to get
2 to
crazy
1.
and go Mahomes.
Nope.
I mean, like,
No.
let's be real. In a normal mock, like Mahomes and Herbert and those guys are probably gone at this point. So it wouldn't be like crazy, but you guys, you know, we don't draft that way. Yeah, Jacobs is still there. Can you imagine having Henry and Jacobs after what they've done
that'd
this
be
year?
fun.
I
That'd be
have
fun.
I have Jacobs and Eckler in one league. That's pretty fun. That's the league where that's our league, Mike, where I'm playing and Dave. That's the league I'm playing Dave in. So he hopes that they don't go off. I don't know, man. It's Connor. It's Jacobs. Pittman. There's a lot. This is a tough one to me for some reason. Smith. Yeah, but AJ Brown, you can't do that. That would be suicide. You can't do that. Christian Kirk.
No, you're definitely not doing Smith here. I would go with Connor. It's got to be Connor.
Yeah, it's either Connor or Jacobs.
Connor.
Yeah.
So next team 4, the only one to take a quarterback, Jonathan Taylor, Jalen Waddle, Jonathan Allen.
This one screams Jonathan.
This one screams tight end.
No.
I was gonna say
I need
this
one of every
screams
position.
Josh Jacobs to me.
Yeah, I kind of like Jacobs here.
You just hope he lands in a good spot. So team 3, Eckler, Jones, Debo. Safe-ish with Pittman?
Either that or they go super safe with Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true.
Knowing that,
it's
it's only a few picks back and they get another second receiver who's solid.
Yeah.
And you're going super safe. You don't get any safer with Mahomes.
I like it. Team 2, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Williams, Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen.
Honestly, I could see them double tapping. No, I
see Pittman going here.
I could see them going with Herbert.
No.
Although he might be there on the way back. So
no, I think it's either like a Dobbins or because running backs getting thin. Look at this list, right?
But he's on the turn. He could probably get a running back.
He's already got 2.
But you're getting into the dead zone of running backs, right? So
yeah, true.
You take one. Our team 1 probably will take one. I would imagine. I don't know, maybe. We're looking at Marquise Brown. We're looking at Juju. We're looking at Devonta Smith. Who are the Olave? By the way,
if you got Christian Watson,
it's kind of interesting.
Christian Kirk, Lockett always gets undervalued here.
McLaurin? I mean, we already drafted McLaurin, right?
Yeah.
This is where I would personally
not awesome, but like
I think this is a Pittman pick.
I know you guys disagree with me, but this is where I'd be getting Calvin Ridley.
I just don't see like I think Ridley.
I trust the talent
because people. I don't disagree with trusting the talent. I disagree with the fact that people aren't going to remember.
Well, no.
They're going to think,
here's
Christian
my other
Kirk.
thought with Ridley. Right, he's now in a completely different offense. Right, Christian Kirk is there. Zay Jones has been decent. We've seen ETN get involved heavily. Evan Ingram is a tight end that can catch the ball.
Evan Ingram is a name that we can now talk about.
Right. So like
positively.
you've got Marvin Jones there as well. Like there's just a lot there that Ridley doesn't feel like a round 4 guy. I get the talent, I get the hype.
I think he's their number 1 receiver. And you're getting a number 1 receiver in the 4th round.
I don't disagree with him being possibly their number 1, but they did pay a shit ton of money to Christian Kirk before they knew they were getting Ridley.
And we've seen Ridley thrive with Julio Jones and
we've also
Matt
seen Ridley
Ryan.
not thrive, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's tough. I think I hold off.
Pittman. I'm going Pittman.
I think it's receiver. No doubt.
Pittman. All right, so our team, we've got Justin Jefferson, Breece Hall, T. Higgins.
I think we go RB since, like you said, that RB dead zone's coming up.
I kind of like risking the biscuit on Dobbins.
Yeah. I'm down with
I don't like Swift.
God, you sound like me this year. I would
Zeke is
rather-
sort of
All the way.
there, but like I don't know.
No.
It just feels like it's.
I'd rather
turning
risk it
tides.
with Dobbins, more
No,
volume
I mean,
than Swift.
if we're gonna
I
go,
mean, look, we've seen 2
volume,
games in back to back with him returning. He's over 100 yards both games.
Yes.
Like, and I get it with Lamar there.
It's
That might
definitely
not happen,
Debob-
but holy
no
crap! I mean,
Dobbins.
that just
Dobbins.
shows the talent he has, right?
Dobbins,
I
do
know
it.
I love Swift.
We've
and we
already
all
agreed. Do it. Jesus.
Sorry, I was trying to explain to the listeners, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we're
So just because we're
now
the end, we're going to do
44
our 5th round pick just to end it here. Who would our 5th round pick be here? We've got Justin Jefferson, Breece Hall, T. Higgins, Dobbins.
I'd probably go RB again, considering we know the dead zone's coming up,
Swift,
and there's probably
Fournette.
not going to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, now remember we don't have rookies in here, so rookies will change all of this. We do have Brian Robinson, who we did not consider. at
Rashad
all
White
here.
could be interesting a little later.
White is definitely interesting. Yeah, that's a very good one. Jamal Williams.
Could
is
we
not
just
big-
insert Miami running back?
no?
Because it
That
it
would
probably
be
won't be
phenomenal.
Gore Jr.
it probably won't be Mostert or Jeff Wilson next year.
I
That's
I like Rashad White. I like that, but that's risky.
it's early for him though.
Yeah.
I think Montgomery is not a terrible option right here. Safe
I
running back.
like Monty. I definitely or Kittle.
He's running back.
No, I
20
can't do
on the
Kittle.
year.
Can't do Kittle.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
dude,
look at
I kind of
Monty's-
like.
Look at Monty's points per game.
Honestly,
He's at 24.
I like Monty
Personally,
because
guys, I
we
think we
know-
go receiver. We talked about it before the draft started. Receiver's been safer. We know running back drops off, so we're just kind of playing that like, we're rolling the dice on a running back at this point. We're hoping somebody's going to
personally,
come
I
out
was
of the
looking at
woodwork,
depth.
right? So you go receiver at this point, and you go with a guy like. I don't know, did we give Smith to anybody yet? We didn't give
No, we
Devontae Smith
didn't,
to anybody.
actually. All right, fuck that.
Jesus.
Take Devontae Smith.
Yep. I just looked at the
Done
depth
and
of
done.
it. You
Done
get
and
a guy
done. There you
coming
go.
up.
So
The,
we will share this link in the show notes, guys, so you can look at it. We did 4 total rounds plus our extra pick at 5-1. But the show needs to end. We're at an hour and 47, so we do need to close it out here. But good.
I'm good for 6 more rounds. I mean, I don't know what
screw
you're
you.
talking about.
So we will end that there. AJ, come back on camera, please.
Oh, sorry.
So we will end that
My bad.
there and close it out. So good night, everybody. Good luck in week 16. Hit us up in our Discord. Hit us up. Hit me up on Twitter if you need to. But we will help you out and to get to your fantasy championships. And Merry Christmas, AJ. Happy holidays to everybody who celebrates for whatever. And we will talk to you later.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Peace.